Illegal immigration has always been a controversial topic, especially when it comes to immigrants being able to stay in the country regardless of their legal status. Considering I know a handful of illegal immigrants and their stories, I would like to persuade that the process of citizenship in the United States should be made easier. I say this because illegal immigration is not what it's made out to be. It normally occurs due to poverty, lack of job opportunities, and violence in one's home country. If the United States provided a more thorough and simple way of granting citizenship, then the number of illegal immigrants would not be as high. Some people would argue that illegal immigrants are criminals and cause more harm than good. However, this is false because these illegal immigrants add growth to the country's economy. Immigrants come to America for better opportunities to improve their lives. They are only illegal because the process is long, expensive, and can result in extreme consequences regarding and family. Furthermore, illegal immigrants as a whole are criminals. They are seen as criminals based solely on the fact that they crossed the border illegally. Because of this, they are stereotyped as thieves, rapists, and drug smugglers. The main argument is that they crossed the border illegally. According to the book, Still a Nation of Immigrants, they break no other law once they are here, but they have broken the law by sneaking across the border, and they will remain lawbreakers simply by staying here. This is the only sound claim that deems illegal immigrants as criminals, but there is no other evidence that immigrants as a whole have committed any of the criminal actions mentioned above. The origins of someone's race does not determine them as criminals. On the contrary, many factors play into a person being a thief, rapist, or into drugs, such as their own personal struggles. There is more documentation that illegal immigrants help the country economically more than they harm it. According to Why American Cities Are Fighting to Attract Immigrants, cities such as New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Hudson are all major immigrant destinations and are also economic powerhouses, accounting for roughly 1/5 of the country's gross domestic products. If the millions of undocumented immigrants were to be deported, the United States economy would collapse. The price of produce, houses, and even restaurant meals would skyrocket. As said in the article, without immigration labor, the economy would crumble. That's exactly what will happen if unauthorized workers are expelled from the U.S. Not just more expensive produce, but the collapse of American labor-intensive agriculture. Increased immigration has allowed Americans' earnings to increase. In fact, in the early 2000s, according to labor growth education statistics, have shown earnings have increased by 1.7% and is expected to increase up to 1.9% over the next 5 years. These statistics prove that illegal immigrants in all does not hurt the economy. More so, the United States economy would suffer an immense amount without them. Not only is immigration helpful to America's economy, but it is also helpful to the families who immigrate. In other words, people who immigrate are searching for new opportunities. They come here to better their lives and their families. Most countries face extreme levels of poverty, crime, and gang violence. By coming to America, immigrants are able to find better-paying jobs that their home countries simply do not provide, due to corrupt economic systems. Immigrating allows men and women to escape dangers such as drug cartels and sex trafficking schemes. In addition, these are the main reasons people seek refuge in America. Unfortunately, what these immigrants do not know when crossing over illegally is that once they have crossed over, they face discrimination, countless stereotypes, and will be stripped from basic human rights. The illegal immigrants will have to live in the shadows of America, the country that claims to be the place where dreams come true Yet, it neglects those who come here to live out their dreams. Instead, people never seem to realize what immigrants sacrifice trying to get to America. By coming to America, immigrants risk losing their lives, their families, and their freedom to equal rights. According to the article of 5 Immigration Myths Debunked, illegal immigrants do not have freedom to equal rights because undocumented immigrants do not qualify for welfare, food stamps, Medicaid, and other public benefits. Most of these programs require proof of legal status, and under the 1996 welfare law, even legal immigrants cannot receive these benefits until they've been in the United States for 5 years. As a matter of fact, the study of Americans Fail Naturalization Test shows that 1 out of 3 American citizens only answer about 15 or less questions correctly on the civics test. So if Americans cannot pass the naturalization test, how can we expect immigrants to pass the naturalization test? On the other hand, if legal citizenship was made easier, the number of illegal immigrants would be far less massive. The steps to being granted citizenship can be very lengthy. For example, to become a legal citizen can take up to 7 years or longer. Between multiple fees and lawyer expenses, the process is not only lengthy and long-lasting, but is also quite expensive, resulting up to thousands of dollars. Sadly, the consequences of not being eligible to gain citizenship could result in loss of time, money, deportation, and separation of family. All things considered, the process of citizenship should be made easier because despite the thought of illegal immigrants being criminals, they are helping the country's economy. Not only do they help the economy, but by making the legal process easier, Americans who deem illegal immigrants as criminals would essentially feel safer. This is because we would be able to keep track of undocumented immigrants and their actions. Considering illegal immigrants have sacrificed large amounts of time, money, and even their family, making the citizenship process would give illegal immigrants the basic human rights of all Americans and the chance to finally live their American dreams that they've risked so much for.